Hey, what's up, YouTube? My Big Thing 2010. I'm out of laundry soap, so I figured I would put together a video real quick showing you guys how I make my own 5 gallons at a time, which results in literally it only costs pennies a load instead of paying $8 a bottle for Tide or WISK or any of that stuff. Plus, this is way closer to all natural, and you're not putting petroleum products into your laundry. It's very easy to do. Stick with me, and I'll show you step by step how I do it all. Basically, everything you need, except for what I'll show you in the second half of the video, is right here on the table. You need a grater, a bar of Fells Naptha. You can buy this at your local big box store for about 98 cents a bar. You get a box of borax, which you don't need the whole box. You only need 1 cup of borax and a box of Arm & Hammer super washing soda. You'll also need something to grate the Fells Naphtha into, a grater, and I throw in a half a bar of ZOTE soap. It's basically the same thing as white bar ivory, only it has a little bit of perfume. You don't have to do this part, that's not necessary. That's just part of my recipe. I like to do it because it gives a nice, I think it rinses cleaner, it washes a little better, and I like the scent. And you need a 5 gallon bucket with a lid. Other than that, all you need is a pan for the stove, which I'll show you in just a minute, and something to mix your concoction in the bucket. So basically, I keep everything wrapped up because I buy these soaps here, guys. Um, I buy them like 5 at a time because they're so cheap, and I keep them around the house. As you can see, I'm down to my last little bit here. So this will be my last 5 gallons before I have to re-up on soap. When you get the ZOTE soap, let me see if I actually save the label on this so I can show you guys what the package is supposed to look like. Let's see, what do we got for EDC today? Here we go. Zombie folder, Tanto. Super sharp, guys. Highly recommended. Great budget folder blade. I can thank Wasser 10 for this awesome gift. Thank you, Wasser 10. I use this all the time. Comes in handy more often than not. And I'm still struggling here. It's because I taped it up. Alright, so when you get the package, basically it's going to look like that. You'll get either the pink version or the blue and white package. The blue and white package is more closer to ivory. This one here has the same kind of ivory smell to it, but it's pink. There's really no difference. Alright, so that's what ZOTE looks like when you open up the package, guys. Alright, get rid of that garbage. And Fells Naphtha smells awesome. Let's use our EDC again so I don't have to fight with this. And this is what Fells Naphtha looks like out of the package. Love the smell of that, guys. It smells nice and clean, but also with a little bit of citrus. So the real recipe, you only need this 1 bar for 5 gallons. I throw this in for extra measure just because this stuff is so cheap, and you still end up doing laundry for pennies a wash compared to how you're probably doing it now. You need 1 cup of borax and 1 cup of super washing soda into your 5 gallon pail. So let's do that real quick. Now, it doesn't have to be exact. If you go a little over, you go a little over, but make sure you get a cup in there anyway. Alright, so into the bucket that goes. And you get a cup of borax. I mean, if you go a little over, who cares? It's laundry detergent. You know, it's not it's not soup. So this here will cost you about $3 something a box. About three and a little bit of change for this box. And you can make this 5-gallon recipe. This says it's got 3 pounds 7 ounces. That's 55 ounces. So let's see, 8 ounces in a cup. You do the math. All right. I think you can do a 5-gallon portion for like at least 6 or 8 times out of that box for $3 and something. So really it's pennies to take a cup out of here and put it into a batch, a 5-gallon batch. And the same thing here, it's pennies because you're only taking a cup out of the box. So these 2 boxes should last you, I don't even know how long these 2 boxes have been laying around, but they should last you a while, even if you do a lot of laundry, if you got lots of kids and whatever. I just use this little pie plate because it's easier for me. Most important part is a wet rag. In my case, an old sock that I use as a rag. Wet it down so this doesn't slide around on you while you're grinding your soap away. And basically all you do, guys, is you just grind the soap. And you just grate it up like you would carrots or cheese or whatever else you get into. You can use the little ones if you have to. They melt a little bit better, but it's kind of a pain. I like going big, you know. That's how my big thing rolls. I go big all the time. So I'm gonna grind all this up, and I'll be right back. I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, guys, this is what it looks like all ground up. You know, kind of looks like pink grated cheese and cheddar cheese. And we're going to take this over to the stove and we're going to melt it down in some water. Okay guys, as you can see, my water's starting to get kind of hot here. You don't want to boil this stuff, you just kind of want the water hot. So I'm going to turn it down just a little bit here. And you can see everything you need for the stovetop portion. You need a pan, you need your shredded soap, and my favorite mixing implement is a potato masher. And that allows you to break up the stubborn chunks that won't melt as fast as you'd like them to. And quick 2 tips. When these bags get empty, write what was in them and save them, so when you go to the store, you can come home and put your soap back in these bags rather than wasting bags. The only reason I put the bars in the bags is it seems to make the bars stay moist longer and last a longer time. Like I said, I'll buy like 6 of each at a time because they're so cheap. They're only $1 a piece, and I'll keep them at the house. Now I just happen to run out of these particular bags, and those will get filled back up next time I go to the store. Second tip is, if you're doing the dual soap method like I am here, which, like I said, the pink or the ZOTE soap is not necessary. You can use 1 full bar of either just the ZOTE or just the Fells Naptha. You don't need the half a bar. I just do that just cause that's the way I do things. But a quick tip, if you're using the 2 soap method, start with the Fells Naptha, because this is a harder soap and it takes a little bit longer to melt down and dissolve in the water. So try to keep them separate if you can. It's not going to hurt anything, but it just helps the process along a little bit if you can get most of the yellow soap dissolved first. And then you'll find that the pink soap, or in the case of the white and blue package of the soap, the white soap, it dissolves a lot faster because it's a lot softer. I don't know if you guys can see that, but see how easily that mashes in my fingers? It's very soft. As compared to this, it's a little bit more crispy. I gotta like really get on it to mash it. So the pink stuff's a little bit softer and it melts a little easier. That's my whole point. So basically what we're gonna do here, guys, is we're gonna get this in the pot and then we're gonna start mixing. And you want to keep this moving until you don't see any more chunks. And that's another reason why I like the masher, is because you see the chunks. You can tell by picking this up out of the water if you have chunks still. And the flat masher rides against the bottom of the pan when you mix like this, so it keeps things from sticking or, you know, anything bad from happening. So you just want to be a little patient with this step, guys. You just, you know, keep things moving a little bit. Make sure your water's got some good heat to it. Just use common sense, basically. There's no correct temperature or anything like that. You just don't want it boiling. All right. I'm going to go ahead and get all this dissolved up and be right back. Okay, so as you guys can see, this is pretty much what it looks like when it's all dissolved and melted up. Now this stuff is hot, guys, so be careful with it. And all I'm going to do, so I'm going to take it off the stove and I'm going to dump it in the bucket. So hold on a second here. I'm going to dump it in the bucket with the cup of borax and the cup of Arm & Hammer super washing soda. And by the way, in a shit hits the fan situation, Arm & Hammer super washing soda is just baking soda that you can put on a cookie sheet, like spread it all out and throw it in the oven at 350 till it turns into soda ash. That's all it is. So all I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to go ahead and fill my pan back up, and I'm going to reheat. I'm going to heat up some water almost to boiling, and then add that to the bucket, and then add the rest, all hot water, and then I'm going to show you how to mix it. Okay, guys, so don't fill the bucket up all the way. You're going to see why in a second. Now, you can use whatever you want to stir this with. You can go to Home Depot and get the 5-gallon paint stirrers. They give them away for free. You can flip a broom upside down or a mop handle upside down to stir this with. Anything you got laying around the house. But this is what I prefer. This is a drywall bit to mix drywall compound. I had it laying around the house and I tried it and it worked perfectly. You can pick these up at Lowe's for like $7-8, or you can pick up a cheaper version for I think $3.50 at Harbor Freight. And look how good this works. Alright, so you're going to want to give this a good stir after you mix all the water in to your soap concoction from your pan. And all the extra water that I added was slightly heated up water in that same pan, just so it's really good and hot and everything gets to mix really good. You're going to let that sit overnight, and the next morning you're going to come back and there's going to be a thick hard layer on top, probably a few inches thick. Don't get paranoid. That happens on purpose, and you're going to have to come back with this or your stick or your broom handle or whatever and mix it one more time. And every once in a while you're going to have to mix it again. Okay guys, so there you have it. 5 gallons of laundry detergent for pennies. Literally pennies. I use a cup per load, and there's 16 cups in a gallon. 5-gallon bucket. That's 80 loads of laundry for maybe $1.50 it costs you to make that. $2, that's way high, estimating way high, $2. And one other thing I wanted to mention, make sure you use your wife's good pot to make the laundry detergent. You are a man, so you might as well make it worth it, right? No, I'm just kidding. It doesn't matter what pot you use. It's only soap. You use soap to do your dishes, so just rinse it out afterwards. No big deal. The cheese grater, I leave it with my soap stuff, but you can use your regular cheese grater. I bought mine for $1 at the dollar store and leave it with my soap stuff. I'm going to have to remix it again though the next day, so don't get nervous when you have a layer that's hard on top of a bunch of colored water. You're going to have to mix it periodically, but I don't find that to be an issue. I transfer what I need into an old whisk bottle. I just shake it up and pour it in, and I'm good to go. So shake it up. And the other thing I wanted to mention. So anyway, guys, it sure beats the hell out of paying $8 to $20 a bottle for laundry detergent every single week. You could take that money and put it towards ammunition or another firearm. So take a half hour of your time and $2 of your money and make your own laundry detergent. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you learned something. Hope that helps you out. And it works just as good as Tide or Whisk or any other name brand. I haven't had any issues with it whatsoever. So hope you guys like that. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos like this and other random topics. And thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.